Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how I did these New Year's nails with clear and gold foiling and some spider gel. If you guys would like to see how I created these, please keep on watching. So I went ahead and started with my client's nails already prepped and the tips on. She wanted to do a tapered squared shape, so I'm using these extra long stiletto nails, and once I cut them to the desired length, they're pretty much into that shape. So here I'm just cutting them down to the length she wanted, making sure they're all the same size. And right here you guys will see me file down the ridge of the tip where it meets her natural nail. And this just gets rid of that little bump so that when I apply my acrylic, there's no bumps in my acrylic and it's a smoother application. And I am using my e-file with the medium sanding band, and it is going at a really low speed, and I am doing it very gently so that I do not damage her nail bed. And once I'm done with that step, I do go in with Easy Flow's dehydrator, and this just gets rid of any extra oils that may be on her natural nail beds. And once that dehydrator dries, I do go in with Premier Nails Primer, just a really thin coat, trying not to touch her skin at all. And as always guys, with all my nail sets, whenever I'm working with colored acrylics, I always like to go in and add a really thin layer of clear, and this will act as a little protective barrier between her natural nails and the colored acrylics. So I grab a pretty small bead on the wet side and place it on the nail bed, tap it around the whole nail bed so it covers her whole nail plate. And you really just need a really thin layer of this. You don't want it too thick so that it does not add extra bulkiness to your nails. And on her ring finger and middle finger, I will be using this gold foil. So I cut it up into little pieces, and I place a wet bead of clear, really thin layer, and this will act as the glue so that my gold foil can stick to the nail. And I just place it around, kind of focusing more on the center of the nail. So I placed kind of the chunkier pieces of gold on the center, and then on the edges of the nail I went ahead and applied smaller pieces of the gold foil. And same thing on her middle finger, just a small bead of clear acrylic to act as the glue, and I went ahead and applied the foil again, kind of in the same pattern as the ring finger. And once I was happy with the gold foil, I go ahead and encapsulate those two nails with clear acrylic. So I grab a pretty big bead, place it up near her nail bed, and tap it around the cuticle, tapping it into place. And I do tilt her finger down so the acrylic moves downward and does not flood her cuticle. So I just tap it down the nail, and then once it's covered her nail, I like to feather it to smooth out the acrylic. And same thing on her middle finger, I will be encapsulating that one as well. And as always guys, I do like to start off with the clear nails if I am having clear nails in any sets or lighter colors. And since this set does have black in it, I do the black at the end so that it does not stain my monomer, and that way that staining does not go onto my other nails. So this is the reason why I'm starting off with these clear nails, so that they stay clear and my monomer is not stained by the black. So it's always a good idea to start off with your lighter colors first if you are working with colored acrylics, so that your monomer does not get stained with the darker colors. On her pointer, I'll be using this Nude by iGel Beauty in the color Nude Bar. And I do place a pretty big bead on her nail bed and tilt her finger down so the acrylic flows down, and I kind of just tap it into place, tapping it down the nail. But as you guys see, I really didn't have a hard time placing this acrylic on her nail. These acrylics have been really easy to work with. Have you guys tried any of the iGel Beauty acrylics? If you guys haven't, I really recommend them. The ones I've tried have been working out really good for me. I really like their consistency, and they're super easy to work with. And you guys will see me add a small bead on the center of her nail here. I felt like I needed a little bit more in the stress area, so I just added a little bit more acrylic right there. And next I will be going in and capping that nail as well with clear acrylic. And on her pinky and thumb, I will be using this black from Glam & Glitz in the color Marilyn. So I place a pretty big bead and try to cover the whole nail with the one bead method. So I place it up by her nail bed, tap it around the cuticle, tilt her finger down so that the acrylic flows downward, and help it by tapping it down the nail so that it covers the whole nail. And trying to work as clean as I can, cleaning up my sides so that the black does not touch her skin at all, because this black is very pigmented, so it will stain her skin if it does touch it. And same thing on her thumb, placing a pretty big bead up by her nail bed and just tapping it around the cuticle, tapping it into place, and tilting her finger downward so the acrylic flows down her nail. And I kind of just tap it down the nail, having it cover the whole nail. And on her pinky, I decided to add some of that gold foiling as well. So I placed a really thin bead of clear to act as my glue, and then I placed the foiling over that. And once I was happy with the foil, I will be going in and capping the 2 black nails with the clear acrylic. And once my acrylic has set, I will be using my 5-in-1 medium drill bit with my e-file, and I always start off on the sides of my nails and then work my way up around her cuticle. And then once I'm done with her cuticle area, I like to go down the nail, going side to side, smoothing out the whole nail. And once I'm done with my e-file, I will be going in with my hand file and really going in on the sides of the nails, trying to perfect that shape. So I like to start off on the sides, and then once I'm done with the sides, I will tilt her finger down and really try to get that tip really straight and flat. And once I've hand filed all the nails, I go in with the buffer and really buff the nails out to make them really smooth. And once I'm done with the buffing, I do clean up all the nails to get rid of all the dust. And for the top coat, I will be using this top coat from Kuba. And since these nails are clear, I do go on the back side of the nails and add top coat to that as well to make them extra clear. And before I have my client place her hands in the light, I like to go around the sides of the nails to get rid of any extra gel that might be on the sides. And this really helps your nails keep their shape as well. And once the nails have cured, I will be using a really small dotting tool, and I will dunk that into the pot of the gel, placing my finger over the pot. That way it does not create a big mess as I'm pulling the gel. So I just dunk the little dotting tool into the pot and then pull the gel over the nails to create those little strings. And this is the brand of the spider gel that I'm using. I will link it down for you guys. It did come in a pack of like 6 different colors. And before having my client cure that nail, I will be going in with a small little brush with alcohol on it, just to clean up the sides of her skin where the gel did go on it. And then once that's cured, I will be doing the same thing to the other nail on her middle finger. And once that's cured, I place cuticle oil on her cuticles, rub that in really well. And here's how the design turned out, guys. I hope you guys like this design. If you guys did like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.